What's good, YouTube? We're going into part 2 of the Leo season 2 wish list. Shout out to everyone that got involved and dropped a comment and allowed for me to react. And yeah, let's get straight back into this. So obviously we've explained a lot of things. People mentioned a lot of 1-4, being able to not go into stance, which is something now obviously expected. Some frame changes and things like that. I'm going to try and get through this a bit quicker than I did in the last one. The last one I was just trying to get a gist of what everyone was wanting and trying to give my opinions and things like that. But I realized that it does take a while to, you know, get through and address absolutely everything. So if people come with like similar approaches and things like that, I'm going to try and skip past it a bit quicker. So obviously no disrespect to any of the comments. Like I said, I appreciate everyone sharing. Yeah, man, let's try and get into this. So BeefToSpicy. Now this, I'm glad that this guy got involved and dropped what he thinks, because I've seen this guy playing the character longer than me and he's been playing Tekken a very long time. So yeah, big thanks to him for sharing. So let's see what he's saying. Better to start off with a very experienced Tekken player, so let's go. I don't know how stupid I want to get, so just pick the most fitting. So down forward 1, completely track side step right or side walk right. I already gave my thoughts in the part 1. If you haven't seen it already, I will leave the link in the description for the first one. So I did explain what I felt about down forward 1. You'll catch it at some point in that video. And it was basically just that I understand why it doesn't track, basically. So I don't really mind if it changes or if it doesn't. Back 1+4 to I-18. So obviously 1 frame speed up from what it actually is currently. I think the high comes out in 19 frames and the low comes out in 21, if I'm not mistaken. So okay, downforward 2+3 to I-18, so from I-21. I think that's a bit insane, just a tad insane. I think I can say that. So that will become completely unreactable. Like that will be, if it keeps the properties, +5 on hit, high crush in 6 frames, count it launching low. Yeah, too much. That's too much. Board 4-2 heat engager instead of bot 1+2. I'm a big fan of bot 1+2 heat engager, but just because in certain scenarios it just seems to have some crazy tracking and just kind of get you that extra damage sometimes when you need it. Has pretty decent usability. I guess you don't really lose the usability in combos, so I don't even know why I thought of that. But in general, I feel like bot 1+2 is alright. Forward 2, I've gave my opinions on that already. Down 4, more damage. I guess because it's I-16, I can see where he's coming from with that. You know, I always make the comparison with Fengs, who's I-14 for whatever reason, has the better follow-up, in which it has a mid wall splatting follow-up, like absolutely crazy. Obviously unsafe, but yeah, you get what I mean. Heat back 3-1-2 wall splats. I think that's too strong, in my honest opinion, just slightly too strong. I feel like back 3-1-2 is not the greatest move, but for what it is, it kind of makes sense. It's a very annoying move to block punish, in my opinion, just because of back 3-1 by itself, and then obviously the extra pushback that it gives. So it's almost like you have to kind of react to the fact that you finish it, type thing. So you can't just mash a punish unless it reaches. Like if your 10 frame punish reaches, then yeah, cool, then I understand. Down forward 3, more damage, faster recovery on hit. Faster recovery on hit will make this move very toxic. It will be a lot like Jun's down forward 3, but like maybe a bit less range. But look at it in that light, it'd be like Jun's down forward 3, which I think is too strong. Like there's something about Jun's down forward 3 that just does my head in. And I think it is the quicker recovery, because it feels like it recovers instantly. As soon as it hits you, she's just in your, like she's just there straight away. Leo's a little bit more clunky. So yeah, I see where he's coming with that change as well. Downward 4 to mid extension as a new 13 frame punish. Downward 4, okay, so maybe like Lee Chao Lan. I ain't really thought about that. Obviously that would change downward 4 in the sense that they'll probably make that now like -9 or something. And maybe leave the opponent closer on block, I would imagine. So yeah, I think if you add an extension to something like that, the move can't have the same purpose as what it originally has. Because right now down forward 4, it creates that like pushback and creates nice opportunities to create like a whiff punish attempt and things like that, and then obviously creates auto spacing situations where you can kind of just mash out another move afterwards and beat quick retaliation. So yeah, I think if you add another move to that, obviously let's say mid high or something like that, kind of like Lee, it'd be a bit weird. I think they would have to change the original move by itself. But yeah, really enjoyed the things that he's mentioned here. Obviously some a bit overboard. For like back 1+4 being I-18, that'd be an okay change. I don't think that would be terrible. I think that would be a nice change. Forward 4-2 heat engager, some people have mentioned that already. Down 4 more damage, I can get behind that. And down forward 3 more recovery, less recovery, faster recovery. Again, it would just be like Juns, and I think that would be quite toxic. But yeah, we have a very in-depth one here with Quack, who is an Italian Tekken player. I've met him a few times, you know, very enthusiastic about the character. So yeah, he's obviously sharing with us now. Okay, so I have to click on this to make sure that I can get everything in here. So back 1 counter hit launch again. Obviously I'm not, I listen, we have back 1+2 now. That is our little filler move to deal with people that like to counterplay back 1-4. So I don't think back 1 counter hit is necessary. 1-4 back, again, we've mentioned that already. General tracking fixes, cool, that's addressing things like 4-2-4. Maybe down forward 1 as well. Remove Arsenal for 1+2 heat engager but buff damage. If they remove the heat engager from this move and leave it as what it is right now, that I will not be a fan of that, because like fair enough, if they buff the damage, yeah, cool, but it won't, it will just be, it'd be a good 11 frame punish, to be fair. You know what, yeah, you know what, that's fine, it'd be a good 11 frame punish. I can't really downplay Watson for 1+2. Like if someone like FDX or someone sees this video, they're gonna get onto what I said not too long ago about Leo's Watson for 1+2. So I'm not trying, you know what I'm saying, I'm not trying to get gunned because of certain things that I say in it. But yeah, it'd be good, man, it'd be good. Watson 1+2 heat engager, so that's okay. So swapping Watson for 1+2 and Watson 1+2. Maybe giving another move a lightning glare power up. That could be interesting. Block 3 launch or normal hit. Down 1 counter hit launch again. Obviously they changed it so that you get heat engage, not heat engage, sorry. Well yeah, heat engage, but also up forward 1 too. A mid extension from down forward 1, like down forward 1. Okay. Yeah, that's too overboard in my opinion. New low from Bok, I've mentioned already in the previous one. That's something I would like to see. Forward 4-2 heat engager, even Feng has it. True, but Leo's is quite a bit faster and has the lightning glare power up. Not saying that it's that good, but you know, Leo has it. Remove spike combo with Bok 1+2. Change 1+2 armor with better 1. Okay, so he wants more creative combos, I feel like, with this one. So maybe across the board, maybe they buff certain moves that Leo has to, you know, compensate for not having the spike combo anymore. I hope that's the case, because I am a big advocate for creative combos, and that's a big part of what I like with Leo as a character. So I don't like to just go for spike, because I feel like it's very brain dead to have something like that in terms of damage and things like that. Change 1+2 armor with better 1. Amazing. Okay. I've said what I've said about 1+2 armor. Evasive doesn't work too well as a power crush, because you can block after so many things when it's used because of how slow it is. But okay. Yeah, thanks for sharing, Quack. I'll leave a like on this. This is pretty good. Let's continue. So Uncle Hyena, someone who's very involved in my community and stuff, so big shout outs to him. Most will probably regurgitate ideas I think are good for the character anyway, so I'll be a bit wacky of mine. Okay, I respect that first comment. Make the 2 jab I-10 from I-11, but change to -2 from -1 on block. Okay, so that 2-2 and 2-1 become I-10 punishes for those who don't want to enter stance. I like that. That's cool. That's actually a very cool change. So that gives another punish for people that don't want to just do 1-4 as their punish and be in unsure situations and go for mix-ups all day. Okay, Yeah, I think he shared a few times, so I'm gonna lock in here. Jin already has neutral control in high mid. I10 with 2-1. Leo being the diet all rounder with will have their track and extension 2-1 being a high to composite, sorry. Landing parries gains back heat meter, rewarding Leo players for using the defensive call out tools. Nice, kind of like I think Leroy. I think if Leroy has successful parries in heat and things like that, he gets heat back. So that's fair. Parry window widened in heat. Most install characters have god strings in heat, like Ryan's Incinerator. Leo's 424 is cracked, but fuck it, let's give Leo more install spice. Okay, QZ3+4 becomes +3 on block. What? Giving Leo that aggressive edge to adapt to the system, to crack open to... A plus on block QCF 3+4. And only +3. And it's at a situation where +3 would still allow for your opponents to sidestep things like down forward 2. I actually like that a lot. I like that a lot. But like, it seems excessive for what it is, but like, I feel like that's enough to change how a character is played. So things like that, I'm very much for. I'm very much for things like that. So yeah, that's a cool one. That is definitely a cool one. That kind of reminds me of like, I know it's mid, so maybe they make it high mid or something, kind of like Kuma's back 1+2. And let's be honest now, the hitbox on QCF 3+4, the first hit is very high. So I think it's, you know, it's not that weird for them to make that kind of change. High mid, yeah, I think that could be interesting. +3, high mid, yeah, homing high mid, because then it will work kind of like Jun and Asuka and those characters there. I'm not saying that, you know, I kind of want that kind of brain dead move on my character, but I just think that would change how Leo is played and seen. But yeah, cool. Hyena, honestly, I won't repost it, but big shouts to Hyena, man. That one there is a very cool one. Okay, yeah, let's leave a like on these and get on to the next one. Right, so Yoj, who I know has had some annoyance with Leo in the past. I don't know if he's still annoyed with Leo, because I haven't kept up too much with just with him in terms of like grievances with Leo or anything like that, or how he plays against Leo. I haven't really seen him play against Leo in general, so I'm not too sure. But he said remove spike, down for 2+3 -13 from -12, whilst in for 1+2 -13 from -12. I would absolutely hate that, and the reason I say it is because Feng and Xiaoyu, them having 13 frame mid heat engagers is so jarring. Like, I really just dislike it. And then there's characters like, I know Heihachi's is I12, so there's no point me saying this, but like, when I have a long rank session, you know, I tend to run into Joker a lot, and he plays Heihachi, he plays Feng, so I'm obviously going to mention that, right? And obviously I run into him a decent amount, and then there's obviously Dombly as well, right? But like, what I realized about Leo in this game is that -12 when fighting Heihachi is just so annoying. Whenever you do something risky, you just feel like you're done. Like, you have to now deal with this character in heat, and it's just mad stressful. So I feel like -2 on certain things kind of saves Leo in a way. Like, just being able to, you know, have that, you know, calmness that you're not going to get heat engaged for doing absolutely anything. You know, down forward 2, heat engaged with shoulder. Down back 1+2 1. Heat engage, Heihachi headbutt. You know, like, these things are so jarring to deal with. So jarring. But yeah, I'm not a fan of being -13, and we've got a few -13 things like Watson and 2, down forward 2, forward 4, forward 4, 3 being -14. You know, we don't need more. We don't need more. But downward 2 pushback reduced, obviously, so people get more reliable punishes. Cool. Tone down evasion on block 2, so now low hit and I12 mids that are supposed to punish back 1+2 doesn't randomly use to off angles and other similar mids in general. Okay, so back 1+2, this used to be safe, and then they made it unsafe, and then they made it so it was -12 if you just do the mid by itself. But then if you go into stance, people need an I12 generic low to option select. But then people that are greedy with their I12 mids And listen to what I'm saying here. I-12 mids are stressing over the fact that Bok is beating their I-12 mid in that scenario. When you could just do your mid check that works. I feel like most characters, if not all characters, have a mid check that works, whether off axis or not. That just comes down to, you know, matchup practice and just having the option ready. You know, if you have a generic low, use the generic low. You know, fair enough, you don't get an amazing situation, but come on, like, this is not that big of a deal in my opinion. Like, if I'm playing against a Leo and they're doing back 1/1 plus 2, I'm either going to try and punish the move by itself, or I'm going to try and call them out. Like, it's either that or the other, you know, you either die or they die, you know? So, I think it's an interesting mind game in my opinion. The fact that it can beat that I-12 move is nice to have. People that go for that I-12 mid, I think that's just, it's greedy, you know? It's greedy. Like, look at Xiaoyu crushing absolutely everything with size to right AOP. You know, that's something that man have to grow to deal with. So I feel like people have to grow to deal with this. This is obviously a new Tekken 8 thing. So yeah, man, I don't see why that would be an issue, but fair enough. Takes back 1+4 trigger counter hit on non-counter hittable power crush. So I think what he would like to see here is that this doesn't launch King's muscle armor. Because if you land back 1+4 against the muscle armor, obviously you can't counter hit this. But because both hits of the back 1+4 hit him, it puts him into a counter hit stun. Because that's kind of just how this move works. Because, you know, with this move, when it hits, for the most part, it's usually just the low. Like, it's usually just the low that will hit. It's not the high and the low at the same time. Unless, of course, someone presses. Or, I guess, if they're moving or whatever. But, like, you know, it's just an odd move. Like, it's a high and a low at the same time. So, like, on counter hit, you know what? He's cooking up here still. I'm not going to lie. I can't really defend this. You know, it's supposed to look like that, but it just doesn't look like that. But yeah, cool. Appreciate George for sharing. Understandable changes, to be fair, but you know, I'm gonna crash out on that -13 change because, bruv, I'm tired of getting heat engaged for everything that I do that's unsafe, man. I'm tired of it against certain characters, not all, but some. Okay, so again, what we're gonna do what we did in the last video with Madara's wishlist, we're gonna take a look at this. I don't know how serious this is because I know what Inigo's like. He could be trolling. But let's see. Since it has been a trend, here is my wishes for Season 2 Leo, ready to be nuked from Twitter users. Okay, so yeah. Judging by that sentence, I can tell what kind of energy he's on. But, alright. Okay, so yeah, we won't need to get a higher on screen look. Let's take a look. Reasonable changes. KNK1 to no heat engager. Cool, that's just a change. I wonder if he would like for it to like wall splat or something. Doesn't really mention it. Maybe just keep it how it is, but no heat engager. Cool. Bok 1+2 no heat engager. Okay, so the power crush and no wall spike. Okay. Forward 1+2 -12 heat engager. So with forward 1+2, that's a move that I like to throw out from time to time. Understandable that you would want it to be a bit safer so that it can be a bit used a bit more. -12 is nice in that regard. Heat engager, mentioned it before, it'd be a nice thing to have because it punishes so many pushback moves. Back 1+4, up forward 3, back 2, back forward 2, 4, forward 4, QCF 3+4, 2. Oh, maybe QCF 2, I think, or 2 by itself. Down forward 1, hitbox fix. Okay, so that's just a generic change, just fix the hitbox, make it hit more things instead of being randomly evaded. Back 3-1-2 -10 no pushback as opposed to -13, I think. Oh no, okay, I understand. So back 3-1 -10 no pushback, back 3-1-2 -13 wall splat. Yeah, I think someone mentioned that before, but I think that's too much. I think wall splat is just too much for this string. 14 frame mid wall splat. It's an install move, so I kind of get it, and it obviously keeping the -13, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. That is something that they could do though. That is definitely a change that they could make. Forward 3+4 normal hit knockdown with 3 OTG, like count it down for 1-2. Normal hit, damn. Okay, so that's like Heihachi while standing 1 in a sense. That's interesting. Normal hit. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like normal hit knockdown into Oki, like kind of like Brian from Tekken 7. That could be interesting. Since we don't have no taunt, we don't have no taunt jet up or anything like that. That could be cool. That could be pretty cool still. QCF 1 from crouch with full crouch down forward 1. Huh? Alright, we'll skip past that one. That I don't know about that one. That's like flipping Asuka full crouch down forward 2. Nah, get that out of here. Unreasonable changes, delusions, Tekken 8 esque boss. 4-2, 4-3 down plus 15 instead of plus 4. Okay. Bot 3 guard break with lightning glare plus 11 gives us 3-2-2. Old up forward 1-1, down forward 1-4 new normal hit string, same as 1-4. So down forward 1 into KNK 4. Okay. No. Down forward 1 into forward 4, sorry. Down forward 3 counter hit knockdown with OTG. Okay, so that just means like what I explained earlier of what Heihachi's whilst in 1 into follow up. QCF 3 plus 4, Bok 3 plus 18, not KNK with LTG. What? I don't know if it means knockdown or goes into KNK. I'm not too sure. Well, he says with lightning. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. Forward 2 heat engager, QCF 2 counter hit like Tekken 7, QCF 2 1 heat engager. Okay, so I mean it's in the unreasonable changes, so yeah, I don't know, that got a bit too crazy for my liking at the end, but I'll leave a like for the extensive options and changes. Alright, StrikeMist, somebody I've spoken about this version of Leo with a lot. Remove 144 stance, remove Waston 4-1 plus 2 heat engager and put it to 4-4-2 instead. StrikeMist, it's calm. Revert Tekken 7 Waston 4 knockdown and frame data. Okay, that would be super strong in this game, and I feel like if Leo gets the reset with Waston 3, if they get out incorrectly, that would just become, yeah, no, I don't know, man. Nah, I don't want to see like Tekken 7 Leo things in a way. I'm kind of glad that Leo plays differently in this game. Because like Waston 4 was just so extremely stacked. And honestly, I feel like that's a big reason why a lot of people aren't playing Leo at the highest level. Because that Waston 4 and Waston 4 1 plus 2 were insane. Like, if you had Tekken fundamentals, you could just make it work because of something as strong as that, you know what I mean? So, alright. Revert forward 3 floor spike, so he wants forward 3 to be the spike move now. Smaller back to 1 plus 2 string gap, can't be rage or parried, so back to 1 plus 2 being like uninterruptible, can't be parried, can't be rage arted. Safe mid I-13 poke, tracking side step right. Okay, so not particularly down forward 1, but a safe mid that's I-13 and track side step right. Remove but 1 plus 2 heat engager. I've seen a lot of people say that, to be fair. Full crouch down for 3 I-20 or faster because it takes 11 frames to enter full crouch. Okay, does he add to this? Oh, an actual heat stuff like a guard break or something. You got Brian with a full kit and guard break at wall of taunt on top of all of it already. Meanwhile, Leo full health suit takes half of a full heat bar. A viable, accessible power crush that isn't I-25. Okay, so a lot of people are crashing out over the power crush. Again, I've shared my thoughts about the power crush. I don't really have too much to say. I think it's okay. But a different power crush could be cool, maybe. I would want to make a trade, go ahead. Wait, I'd want to make a trade, go ahead. Make downfall 2 plus 3 not fully launched, but make full crouch downward 3 fully launched instead of have a small knockdown and there is clean it. But it still launches at tip range. Make down 1 plus 2 3, so Bok 3 fully launched like in Tekken 7. Old screw and everything, but make the 2 minus 12 on block. So make Bok 2 minus 12 on block, but make Bok 3 fully launched like in Tekken 7. I think that would overall be a nerf, a very heavy nerf to Leo, to be honest. Because for the most part, people don't respond to Bok 3 in general. So I don't think Bok 3 becoming a normal launcher would be enough to make Bok 2 an unsafe attack. But then again, Bok 2 doesn't get used all that often, so we'd have to see how that one would play out. But yeah, shout out Doshsviel, I think his name is maybe Doshsviel. I don't know. I apologize, Doshsviel. I apologize. Hopefully I've said that reasonably correct. Tekken is the first fighting game that I'm trying to take seriously, so I don't have any input that I think would matter much. I'd say just more cosmetics and something to make the crouch rising free, I think. Smoother to pull off. Oh, so an easier way of getting instant while standing free, I guess. For pickups and stuff like that. Okay. Honestly, that's not a bad take, to be honest, as someone that's like newer to the game. Maybe newer players would appreciate something like that. So, no, I fully understand that. And then obviously cosmetics is a no-brainer. Leo's had their fair share of run-ins of missing cosmetics on the Tekken shop and things like that. So yeah, cool. But yeah, big you up for sharing, even though you're quite new to the game. That's cool, man. We go to Triz next. Removal of backflip. Remove the backflip. You get a like from that immediately. Remove it, get it gone. All it does is get us killed. We're just trying to move around. We're just trying to do cancels and things like that. And then all of a sudden we're doing a backflip that takes like 70 odd frames. Yes, please. One button heat engager and low out of block would be nice too. More shop items, please. Okay, nice. Mid 13 frame punish and better tracking on key neutral tools like down forward 1 and 1-2 to start. I feel like a lot of characters 1-2 can catch side steps, but Leo's just goes in a straight line. Otherwise, a counter hit launcher faster than down 2 would be nice to actually use plus frames. With Leo's 1-2 and down forward 1, I think they need to stay exactly how they are, because if those things tracked, people would absolutely despise this character. So I feel like we're in a position where we have to be creative, and if those things change and become tracking and things like that, I think Leo's gonna just be very, very annoying to deal with. And I don't know, like a lot of people would just play the same, and I feel like this character at the moment allows for you to be quite creative in your approach to the character. So I think not having the best fast tools but still needing to use them is character defining, in the sense that like even though you know there's no tracking or things like that, there's still ways to make those moves work, because people aren't just, you know, sidestep, you know. So the flow of the game feels natural. Like when I'm fighting a Leo, I know there's going to be openings where I can get around their stuff, but then there's going to be times where I just get randomly launched by a down forward 2 and things like that. That's stuff that I understand about the matchup. So yeah, if I'm trying to step and I'm just getting hit by jabs and down forward 1s all day, yeah, I wouldn't be a fan of that. Because the thing is, if they do make 1-2 track, it's going to be to track sidestep left, and then if down forward 1 tracks sidestep right, we're just going to have a Negan-esque character in the game again, where you have to guess what move they're going to go for to try and sidestep correctly. And yeah, I just don't think that's quite too healthy for the game. A few ways to shake it up. Give Leo a heavy spin, QC 3+4, forward 2, 3. Maybe 4. Oh, maybe forward 2 plus 3. But I don't know how that would look. That would look very odd. Bok 3. 4-2, 4-3, special guaranteed grounded follow-up. K&K from down back 1+2. Okay, down back 1+2 into K&K. Interesting. Sidestep out of K&K. So like Leroy's Hermit. I don't know about that one. I definitely don't know about that one. Install extension from QCF 2-1. You know what would be so funny about this? Sidestep out of K&K. 1-4 on block. And then obviously you're at -2. And then you sidestep and avoid people's punishes. You know what? That's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. I'm going to leave a like here. I like that one actually. Install extension from QCF 2-1. I could only think of like maybe like a QCF 2-1 and then Leo does like some kind of very fast extension, kind of like Lydia's down 3-2-2, if you know what I mean. So it's like a boom, 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 you know, quick, something like that. Let's continue. He could use another extension from Bok 1 to make that move more useful, or a 14 frame safe mid that tracks left. Okay, so that's tracking. Another extension from Bok 1. I mean, Bok 1-2 is a full-on launcher. Bok 1 is -4 on block and +9 on hit. I don't think that move needs an extension. Would love a useful 1+2 and some low from Bok stance. Cool. power crush, and a low from box stance. That's cool. 1-4 no stance. Option to go in stance. Down 4 more distance between characters on hit. Okay, so just down 4 Brian. They want Leo's down 4 to be like Brian's. 4-2 consistently tracking to the side step right. I would love that. That's a change that I'm here for. 4-2 4-second hit consistently hitting from opponent's side step right, sidewalk right. Again, that's something that I would like a lot as a 4-2-4 enjoyer. Whilst in 1+2 damage buff and knockdown. I kind of like whilst in 1+2 as it is. Plus 22. Like, it's just absurd. You can just go for whatever you like afterwards. And then obviously you have the choice to go into lightning glare as well. So it's alright. Bring back down 1 counter hit from Tekken 7. Make down 2 counter hit. Knock down into block 1+2. Down 3+4. Up back 3. Okay. So just, yeah, change it to like Tekken 7. 1-4 no stance. Down for 3 -5 on block. And more pushback. Down for 2+3 range buff. Maybe spice up their heat mode or something. I don't know. I'd like if heat became less powerful across the board, but we all know that isn't happening. Okay. I mean, sure. -5 down for 3 would just be like Claudio's back 1 without the crushing. But I think that's too good in my opinion. Yeah, I think that's too good. Honestly, I just want more items from the Tekken shop. Item bundles to fit on Leo. It's a small thing, but it bugs me that after Bears, Leo has the least amount of items. Yeah. I mean, I've made my post in the past about that type of stuff, so yeah. You have I-13 punish that starts with a mid. LTG, back 3-1-2, wall crush on here at the wall. Make it -9 instead of -13. So wall crush on here at the wall and -9. Could make this I-13 as well. I think it could stay at I-14 and it could change to what he's describing there. I think that would be... That could be good. That could definitely be good. Back 3-1-2 wall crush. Very plus. Go for whatever you like afterwards. I'm here for that. I think making an I-13 is just too good. I think if you give Leo an I-13 mid punish, that is... Yeah, I-13. It's just like... Nah. That's too much. That's too much. QCF 1-0 and hit or +1. I don't... Yeah, I wouldn't agree with +1 because the low is too usable. Any low that is too usable shouldn't be plus in my opinion. And the way I'm gonna explain this is like back 1+4 is I-19. It's an I-19 low. +3 standing, so you can get counter hit by highs. Down for 2+3 is borderline reactable at I-21 because of the animation. So that's probably the reason why it's +5. And then you got QCF 1 at -1, which if you go for any while standing option, you know, the opponent can jab interrupt and things like that. So it creates some kind of mind game where, you know, are you willing to risk going for a full crouch down for 3 to be a jab type thing, or are you going to reset neutral and just play off of that, you know? So I think -1, it makes sense. Most moves that I like that are -1, you know, Dragunov down 2, things like that. So I don't think that needs to be changed. Look at Leo's down 4 as an example, 0 on hit, you know. I think if it was plus, like Lily's down 3, it would just be absolutely ridiculous. Like that low as well is like homing. Like, yeah. 1-4 no stance, cool. So that's it, 1+2 chip damage on block. I can see that. I can definitely see that. Keeping it the same as it is, bit of chip damage on block. More of a reason to use it. Definitely. New Tekken 8 move. We're gonna get that anyway, I believe. Homing untackable high throw from K&K that wall splats. That's interesting still. A homing untackable high throw. Okay, so that's fitting like the Tekken 8 build. That is fitting the Tekken 8 build because there are characters that have these type of things, but wall splats. Okay. I don't know about wall splats, but maybe like plus situation, like let's say like +5, let's say +4. So +4 situation where you're either gonna catch people for sidestepping right, like forced crouch doesn't even matter in season 2. Okay, yeah, more than +4. Let's say +5, so that they can't sidestep jabs or anything like that, or down forward 2 they can't sidestep. But yeah. Appreciate you sharing some good takes there, some obviously questionable ones, but you know, it's all opinions at the end of the day. Amazing voice crack. 1-4 holding 4 goes into stance. Cool. QC free sword counter launcher back. Cool. Just an image of Pirate Leo. That's also cool. You know, we got one of those in the background as well. Shout out Pirate Leo, the tournament fit of Tekken 7 days. Yeah, we'll leave a like on that one, of course. We would like to see that return, but God knows if it will. Down 1 counter launch again. Tekken 7 1-4 option going stance. 4-2 homing, so that's been mentioned. Literally the very first thing that was mentioned actually. 4-2 homing, cool. Not against it entirely, as long as it stays the same as it is on block and on hit and things like that. Make down forward 3 faster. I think that would be too good, because it's already I-17, it's already pretty fast. Down forward 1 track 1 side. Lows from box stance, cool. Some nice ones there. Ability to use both male and female items on customs. That's a little bit of a greedy one, Jonathan. That's a bit of a greedy one, but you know, it's items at the end of the day. You know, if we get them, we get them. If we don't get them, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'd be rocking out the default skins and stuff anyway, so I'm not really too bothered. QCF 3 plus 4 counter hit launcher or down for 3 counter hit into some follow up like forward 4-2, so OTG knockdown. Back 3-1-2 wall splat. Better tracking on KNK 3 plus 4 so that it can't be sidestepped on Oki, I believe, is where he's thinking, because there's times where it can be like easily avoided. QZF 2-1, make the first hit a counter hit launcher instead of the second, like Tekken 7. That's something that's been mentioned a few times as well. Yeah, QCF 2 counter hit, I mean, I absolutely used to love that, so yeah, I'm here for it. Can we get proper tornado moves instead of a heat dash with down back 2-4? Instead of a heat dash with down back 2-4. Proper tornado moves. Okay, I mean, that's just an up in the air one, I don't know really. Can it launch? Okay, so this one is a more extensive one, let's see. Can it launch faster than down 2? Forward 1 plus 2 minus 10. So man wants like a Requiem-esque mid. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Back 1, down 1 counter hit launch. 2-1 is -4 on block. Down forward 3 -6 on block. I'll give a counter hit. 4-2-2 more useful as a punish since back 2 1 plus 2. Okay, so 4-2-2 buff to give us a reason to not just go for back 2 1 plus 2. Make while sending 1 plus 2 more useful. It's pretty useful for what it does, in my opinion. Sabaki activates from 2 frames instead of 5. Obviously, that's something that they nerfed before. Nerf down for 2 plus 3 -13. 4-2 plus 3 tracking. It is tracking. I think I've tested. You cannot sidestep Leo's 4-2 plus 3. I'm pretty sure. Downward 2 tracking, down back 4 track. Oh, he's saying nerf. Okay, I understand. Yeah, okay, cool. Down back 4 tracking, remove hell sweep wall split. Wow. Oh no, remove heat smash wall split. Oh, okay. I believe this guy does play Leo as well. I actually like this a lot. I like that a lot. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I don't think anyone else would have thought about 4-2 plus 3's tracking needing a nerf, so fair enough, because that move is very brain dead for what it does. So we're going to move on to Adarisa now. They should just make her 10 frame punish 1-4 stance change optional, or better yet, make her go into KNK only on hit maybe. Only on hit. I'm trying to think if there's moves like that at the moment. I think there is. I think there definitely is certain things that only transition on hit. I can't think of it right now from the top of my head. It is pretty early in the morning, but cool. Alright, so Adebayo, big shoutouts to him. Tekken 714 or being able to choose if you're going to KNK or not. Okay, cool. That's a very popular one. Kino, forward 4-2 heat engage, a more consistent hell sweep wall splat. A more consistent hell sweep wall splat would be very cheap, but I can see that maybe. Like, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Okay, so core the G. Just make down forward 3 faster or -3 on block and I'll be satisfied enough. So I did actually see this, and I feel like if you want something like this, it's time to play Lily. You know what I mean? I think if you want something like this, if you want to change like this, it's time to play Lily. Because I'm pretty sure Lily's homing mid move is -3, right? And it sets up so many dumb situations. So, you know, I don't want Leo to turn into Lily in that regard, innit? But that's just me, innit? But, you know, it's a different change, something that no one said yet, so fair enough. Nozzy, safe mid from down back 2, mix up with down back 2-4, low from Bok, and make forward 3+4, launch on normal hit. Yo, launch on normal hit is crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Safe mid from down back 2, mix up with down back 2-4, low from Bok. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I think people really want Leo to be really strong in season 2. Some people, for sure. Alright, so OG San, give him more access to customs. Tony, more lightning glare utility. Of course I'm here for that because I feel like Leo is one of the weaker install mechanic characters. So yeah, please delete that useless up back jump, up back, bring back counter hit back 1. I'm not here for the back 1 counter hit change. I'm definitely here for the removal of the up back though, or just the input change. Since 1+2 from Bok isn't going to be a heat engager anymore, make forward 4-2 heat engage and give Leo a full crouch grab launcher like Jun or Asuka. Leo has a side switching wall splatting 1+2 throw. Wait, give Leo a full crouch grab launcher. Full crouch grab launcher. I think he might mean that throw where they dash you into the air. But Leo's 1+2 throw wall split. Yeah, I don't know. Next 7-1-4, allow it Herod. Cool. Power crush from K&K would be sick. It could be. It definitely could be. That is a decent suggestion. I feel as if lightning glare needs a rework. Why should I have to gain the glare only for 1 move to be somewhat safe? But in heat, I mean, you open it up to like quite a creative way of using it, and you get to use these moves a few more times. So I think that's how that balances out without being broken. Whilst in the free to be -3 on block, so Leo can use it as a neutral tool for steppers and still be able to step. 2-1 to be -5. QC3 with sword can also be done by whilst in the 3+4. So Leo has a crouching wall splat. QCF1 can now go into Bok. Up 1 tracks a bit to the left. Back 3-1, 1+2 wall splats and is -14. No pushback. -14, no pushback, and wall splats. That would make that situation pretty strong. So he wants more like of a neutral game. I feel like Leo has a pretty good neutral game in general at the moment. So I feel like slight tweaks to it, but only buffs to it is might be a bit too much in my opinion. Like I think buffing Leo's 2-1 would be dangerous because like I already use that as a source of like tracking my opponent in like close interactions, just to, you know, be sure of them like committing more to certain things that they're doing, like doing sidestep launch and things like that, because that's when, you know, downfall 2 and stuff like that becomes more effective, because they're being more committal about the options that they're going for, like hard ducks, like 2-1. If I do a 2-1, they're gonna hard duck and try and launch me, that type of thing. So I like playing into situations like that. So I think buffing 2-1 and making me use it more and have it more accessible and just more effective in general is, I think it's a bit dangerous. QCF 1 and counter hit +13 and 1-4 so okay, so you get maybe up forward 1-2 and whilst in 1+2. Alright. Frequent. More reason to use lightning glare back 3-1-2 without nerfing 4-2-4-3. More homing options or some form of down forward 1 tracking, or down forward 2 not be a -9. New move from Bok, a low maybe. More counter launches guarantees. -2 extra frames of leeway on up forward 2-1 whilst in free pickup would be nice for consistency. Okay. Okay, cool. I feel like that will make Leo a bit more fun to play for players picking up the character. 4-2-4 not jailing. That's a bit whatever, to be honest, because 4-2-4 jailing I don't think is that problematic. Like, it's super good and has been since, you know, the game came out, but I don't think it's problematic in my opinion. Down forward 1 to have one-sided tracking, strong side. With the change to crouch movement, it will become even harder for Leo to contain movement without a slower button that will die to mashing. Give Leo a consistent way to heat dash in neutral. I don't know how stupid we can go, but maybe make up for the 1-2 hit confirmable. Okay. That's very stupid. We went very stupid with that one. Obviously, shouts to Damo, but we went stupid with that one. Make everything safe. Alright. So, I'm going to say thank you for sharing. Obviously, the video is a lot longer than I would have liked it to have been. But this is a show. This is to show that there's more than 3 Leo players in the world. You know, people do somewhat care about the character, and going forward into season 2, hopefully we're going to see a lot more people picking up the character. You know, I'm going to be dropping a lot of guides and things like that. But yeah, just to summarize this, I guess, what people want for the most part is a tracking down forward 1. A low from Bok has been mentioned a few times, and it's also something that I would like to have had. Forward 1+2 to be a bit safer is something that I've seen a few times. More useful ways of using lightning glare, so like back 3-1-2 being safer, or more unsafe but wall splats. These type of changes, which I think they're quite healthy, to be honest. I feel like down forward 1 tracking one side is going to be something that is implemented into season 2. I really can't see that move not tracking one side, because after down 2 you can sidestep both ways, so there still needs to be a way of creating some kind of way of hitting your opponent in that scenario without risking a down forward 2, just as an example. So like if they sidestep one way, jab will track. If they sidestep another way, down forward 1 will track in that scenario, but not all the time, basically. Some people wanted changes to like down forward 3 that would make it -5. I feel like that would be too strong. I feel like for what it does, mid wall splat, slow usable at the wall, that being -5 would just be, it would be a bit ridiculous in my opinion, because you could do things like down forward 3 into like a hop kick or up forward 3, and like it becomes less riskier, because let's say for instance I do down forward 3 at -9 and my opponent throws out like a launcher or something. I'm going to get launched. But if I do at -5, I've done a down forward 3 that wall splats, and then afterwards I've gone for a hop kick and they could go for a low, and now I'm going to launch them. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of crazy in my opinion. If I'm -9 and I try and hop kick or something like that, their low's going to hit me, but I'm also going to get launched if they go for a mid. So, you know, it's time to give up your turn. So yeah, I think -5 would be too much for what that move does. And I do remember some people wanting 2-1 to be changed. I think -5 setting up like Sabaki attempts and stuff like that. I don't think they want things like that in the game, and I don't think they want to see that situation too much. So that's why parry's got a bit nerfed. So, and then strings in general, but that string's always been like that. So yeah, I think parry's got nerfed to compensate basically. But yeah, I think, yeah man, W video. Big shouts to everyone that got involved. Obviously, I didn't check out the quote retweets, but it's just because I just don't want the video to be too long. So I'm gonna try and maybe reply to the quote retweets. And yeah, other than that, I've been Io Richie. Apologies for the very long video, but I hope you guys get around to watching this and it isn't too boring. I kind of hope I kept it a bit entertaining. But yeah, other than that, I've been Io Richie. Please support the channel, leave a like, comment, subscribe, you know, all that good stuff, and we're going to try and go into season 2 strong, keep the videos coming, and yeah, take it easy everyone. Peace.